red light. This should be the red light. You got anything?
This is what we train for, every day.
We just received new intel that there's an enemy presence at the airstrip compound.
All those years. When you're the first to arrive, it's not enough to be ready. You have to be relentless. It's our job to control the ground and the sky, wherever they may meet, even behind enemy lines. They call us one-man air traffic control towers, but we're more than that.
Ivy Lima Charlie, break. Airfield is stable. You are clear to land.
We turn hell into an airstrip. And clear the way for others to follow.
Hey, this is Texas singer-songwriter Sergeant Scotty Frazier, proud to have served in the United States Marine Corps and now proud to serve with music. I am honored to be interviewed by and partner with Fubar Studio, the best in military and veteran supporting podcasts. Check them out, and thank you for your service for our American heroes. Also check out scottyfrazier.com for more of my music, and check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and where all good things are streaming. Semper Fi, rock and roll.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit BigBellyCafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, has been a staple in the area since 1993 and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit Reedy'sArchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer.
You know, before we get into diving into this, definitely want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors, all of our viewers and all that, supporters. We definitely appreciate you guys following. This evening, we've got Alex Clubb here with us, and, you know, I want to dive in with you, Alex. You know, I haven't met you face to face yet, other than now here on this. I know I've followed you this year on in the Arc Menard series, since from Daytona all the way until Toledo. You know, I want all of our viewers to get to know you a little bit better. You know, can you give us some background on you?
Yeah, so I'm a third generation driver.
my dad, my brother, all my uncles, my grandpas, everybody in my family, pretty much on both sides, is raced. So, excuse me. So I started racing when I was 8 years old, and I started on a go kart in the backyard at 4, just piddling around. And 8 years old, I started in go karts. I started running 4 cylinders on the asphalt and the dirt when I was 13, and then moved up from there to street stocks. I did dirt modifieds. I did, asphalt street stock and mid-am, super late. Same thing with the dirt. The only thing I haven't ran is a super late on the dirt. I've ran a crate late. So, uh, I growing up, I always liked ARCA, and I wanted to race NASCAR, and everything kind of lined up where I was able to get a ride in 2015. And then I decided I just wanted to do this, and kind of sold my modified and everything else that I had for the most part, and started slowly with this. And now we managed to be full time with 2 cars.
And just to be able to live out your kind of like dream, finally race into net with NASCAR in the Arc Menard series. It's like almost like a kid's dream growing up. 'Cause I grew up in Daytona, I was born up in New Hampshire, but raised down in Daytona. So it's like a kid's dream. You're at like living it. Um, you
Right
know,
on. Yeah, 100%.
and now you have 2 cars full time, at which, it's yourself and Jeff, who are racing full time with the 2 cars. Um, how does it feel to be an owner of a NASCAR team and have 2 cars going full time?
It's really tough, especially this year. We had 12 different drivers, so um, it was kind of a revolving door. And our 86 car, or '03 towards the end, was kind of, like the community bicycle. Everybody got a ride, but we were just doing what we could to keep everything going. And, a lot of people don't realize everything is funding based. So we had to get drivers and people that were able to pay money to run our stuff, get sponsors and stuff like that. So it was really tough. I have my dad that's a full time employee for me that just takes care of the racing stuff. And we had a part time guy. He left after Iowa. And then we hired a full time guy after Iowa. And we had a couple part time guys. So it was a lot of work to keep everything going, especially with 2 cars, with the maintenance and the setups and logistics, getting to the track, all that. It's aged me probably 10 years in the last 3. So, it's really fun, but it's really difficult. And you're always trying
Yeah,
to find more money to run faster and be better and everything. But it's not always out there when you're, a middle aged, fat guy with 2 kids and a wife. So you got to just keep plugging away.
absolutely. I mean, it's for anybody in general, just to being an owner and running 2 cars full time all together, without even adding, being a husband, a father, you know, it's like you add on more stuff, and it definitely does. A lot of people don't know that. It makes you change, faster than what you really are. And that's
Yep.
that's crazy. But you know, it's the joys of being who you are. It seems like, getting to do what you want to do and being a NASCAR team owner, as well as driving, one of your cars, in the Arc Menard series, it's you get to live like the dream, somewhat of, what you kind of want to do, but it's still living that dream of being a NASCAR driver in one of the NASCAR series.
For
You
sure. And
know,
I refer to it with everybody as it's living the dream one nightmare at a time, because, I've got my wife and kids. I've got my lawn care business that we do lawn care, landscaping, tree service, and snow removal. And then I'm also in politics. I'm an alderman here in the city of Morris. And then I've got the race team.
Wow.
So, you know, my time is very, very limited with anything. So it's
Wow.
a lot of stress and a lot of work, but I tell people I'm
Yeah.
living 4 lives in one, and you only get one life, so might as well just send it and get what we can.
Absolutely. I mean, that's crazy, and that's right. Because I did see something on yours that said Alex for May. I think for mayor.
Yep, yeah, I'm an alderman, and I'm on the off cycle from the mayor's race. I didn't really like our current mayor and the way he was doing stuff, so I figure if you want to change, sometimes you got to be the change. So I went ahead and I pulled a petition and ran for mayor of Morris, and it didn't work out, but I spent about
Yeah.
$2,500 and he spent about 300 grand. So, we got under his skin though and made him mad and got my point across with a lot of stuff. So it has helped some with stuff in the city, but you know,
Yeah.
it's never enough when you're dealing with corruption and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that's the political system.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, always room for improvement, but that's
Right.
why again, you got to be part of the situation to make the change if you want to change.
Yep.
Um, so you know, do your part, and still, it still puts a lot of sometimes unnecessary stress into your life, but it's good times.
Yep.
Um, so with your team and everything, so how is it, with being competitive, with each other, but still working for the same goal to count on each other to be able to push each other forward. How is that, with you two?
It's really not too bad because usually, you know, one car or the other we know is going to be the dominant car for the day. A lot of times I have guys that come and they rent and they don't have the money for tires and they don't have the money for, the good car with the good motor, stuff like that. So a lot of times they're just there to log laps and do starting
Yeah,
parks and stuff like that. So, but then like we have races like when we were in Kansas and when we were at Watkins Glen where the guys are, they're paying good money and they're in the good equipment and they're out there running hard. And, you know,
yeah,
I always, if I got somebody that's renting from me, I always put them in the better stuff because at the end of the day, it's a business and you want your customers and people that are running for you happy. So, um,
yeah,
think we went to 24 races this year and we had great results with that and everybody was happy 23 out of 24 races. So, that's a pretty good track record there with only having one person that wasn't happy. So
yeah,
we just keep plugging away and we work together and, we don't step on either team's toes. We work hard. We do what we can to be the best team we can be. And, we keep people hopping and doing what they can.
yeah. No, absolutely. And I hear you on that. Because again, I mean, you can't always make everybody happy
It's a good
for having
percentage.
correct. I think that would probably be the better way for me to say it. Would be a good percentage of having, people that have been happy in the overall. Um,
Yep.
with all that being said, I mean, I know you guys, again, this is going back a couple weeks, and this was an interview that you had done, um, which, you had some words about one of the, well, I think it was two of the two drivers during the race. I believe it was the 11 and 31, I believe it was. How was that? What was the whole backing after the whole situation? Did you still have issues with those same drivers, or did they finally just kind of lay it off a little bit on you and not
No,
do it
I,
as
I haven't
much?
really had any more issues with those drivers. The 31 team overall, I have issues with them. They don't like me and I don't like them. And, part of it's because I did some stuff for them with pit crew stuff. And, They owe me $3,400 from 2022 and haven't paid it, refused to pay it. And,
Yeah.
so there's bad blood there over that. But on the racetrack, I let it go and just race. I mean, I could have destroyed their stuff 27
Yeah.
times between then and now, But it's just,
Yeah.
it's stupid and childish, and you should pay your bills, but people don't always do that. So, I was just mad because the week before we were in Berlin and we ran really good there.
Yeah.
I just ran out of tires, and we kept getting lucky dogs, and we were, I can't remember now. It's been so long, but I know we made it to the first break on the lead lap, which was the best we'd ever done. And then once we ran out of tires, I mean, we just went laps down like, water. And then the next week for Elko, we were pretty good. We needed to be a little bit better, you know, through the corner, but we were working on it. And I had the full allotment of tires. So
Yeah.
it was one of those things that we were running good, and we had got I think a lucky dog or two. We were on the lead lap, and the 31 car and all those and the 10 and 11, they were kind of racing me hard, because when you get a lucky dog in ARCA, you restart behind everybody. You restart dead last.
Yeah.
Well, there's some real
Yeah.
slugs at the back of the pack, and I've been there. I've been the slug before, and it's one of those things. It's like, well, by the time you get around them, you're a half a lap down, because they
Yeah.
race you stupid and they don't let you by, and they're not used to you being quicker than them, so they are mad and they try to trap you a lap down and stuff like that. Well,
Yeah.
I got mad, so I rammed the 31 car, and it took me 5-6 laps of ramming her to get by her, because we weren't good enough to get by her racing. And it's one of those things, like, if
Yeah.
I got somebody that's about the same speed as me and they're lapping me, I get out of the damn way and give them the spot. Well, that
Yeah.
team told her not to do that. So I ended up finally I told my spotter, I said, let me know when there's no leaders coming. I'm just going to ship her off into the corner. So finally he told me, you're good now. And, it was one of those things. I was the first car one lap down, so I didn't want to wreck her, because then the next person behind me would get the lucky dog. So I
Yeah.
shipped her off into 3 and punted her into about the third groove. And, in 2 laps, I had ran off and left her by a half a track. And by that time, the car started overheating, because I messed up the air box and shoved it all in where it wasn't getting air into the radiator. So at that point, I had to run quarter throttle for the rest of the race, because it was so mangled we couldn't get it right. So it ruined
Yeah.
our whole race. And by the end of it, I was really, really pissed off and upset. And I got out of the car and had a microphone in my face, and I went off pretty good and got a fine for it. So it was one of those deals, but it worked out okay. I ended up raising some money and stuff, and then we went on to the road course the next week.
Well, I mean, it's again, it's a common courtesy, racing etiquette that if you're a lap down from who's behind you, you give way. It's
Yep,
just it's common courtesy.
yep,
Because they're not racing you because they're not on the same lap as you.
right.
You know, and some of these other drivers that are out there, I mean, I'm not gonna we'll not name names, but I mean, I've seen them do other do even worse than what you did to drivers that they don't give way. They actually will put them into the wall and
Yep,
say, oh well, you know, they're not there. It's would be the rich kids. But we'll just say that. Um, but it's it's great to see you continue doing what you're doing, and you're not causing them to have any damage to their vehicle that's technically unnecessary, and you're not being belligerent to them and kind of doing it intentionally because they owe you money whatnot. It's like you're doing it because you're trying to race and you're trying to keep moving forward. And you know, a lot of
Yep.
people, if they know racing, fresher tires are going to get you faster on the track. The worn out tires are going to somewhat slow you down. Um,
Yep.
and that's just the whole thing behind it.
What was your evening like?
Well, we were running really good, and I'm one of those guys that we have a lot of off nights. A lot. And I respect everybody. I get out of the way. And I had the 11 car, which I respect right. The girl in the 31 car, the 10 car. They just chopped me anytime I was around them, trying to keep me a lap down. The 31 ran me in the wall. I mean, I get they're young kids and that are coming here to race. You have to have respect. I was completely done with it. I destroyed the nose on our race car. And the next time the 11 or the 31 did it, they were young. So, excuse my language, but I'm hot. We never run good. We were running good tonight, and we got screwed by these little rich punks that don't give a shit.
With that on an extra small, tight short track, how much extra frustration is added when you are running well?
It's really frustrating because it's the best we have ever ran on a short track. We got our eggs in a basket. We did decent in Berlin last week. We had issues. This week, we had some issues due to people not driving these things. So I told that girl, you're a 16-year-old girl, I don't want to see you get hurt. I said, I almost right reared you because your spotter cleared you while I was at your right rear. Anybody else in this series will put her in a head-on. That's just the way it works around here. Rich kids that don't give a shit, they got a bunch of money and they don't care. They don't work on these things. Me and my dad work on this car. We work on that car. We work on everything we got. And so I just cost myself $1,200 by running over a fucking idiot. So I'm not real happy about it. I'm sure I'll get fined for this interview. Whatever the fine is, it's completely worth it.
I know there was some other stuff that was out there that that I saw. It was I believe it was you guys just got a new hauler to you guys, new to you guys, but it's an older one, but
Yep.
it's still new to you guys. It's actually a decent one. I saw the video that you had of you guys going through it, and did already had the full size refrigerator in there.
And we didn't have to have
gonna,
none of that. It all came with that. So it was just an awesome, awesome upgrade.
I mean, again, that's an awesome upgrade to it. I mean, who else can say they have a full size refrigerator in their their trailers? I mean,
Yeah,
I know
I don't know if anybody does, to be honest.
I'm gonna say no. I don't. I've never seen them in the trailers like that. Nobody has. I've seen that I've been in. I haven't seen them. One of the things I find in racing is the racing community are tight. It's a tight knit group.
Yep.
There are some that do not socialize with some people, and that's just because who they are.
Right.
But majority of them are, very welcoming to one another. But when it comes to racing, it's it's a competitive sports. I mean, we've just seen
Right.
it happen with Denny Hamlin racing against his own race team that he owns with Bubba Wallace.
Oh, let's have another go at it. Back under green to try and finish off this Hollywood Casino 400. Wallace in front for the time being. Briscoe goes up high like he did a little earlier. It's a drag race down the back stretch towards 3. Bell looks good at the moment. Briscoe goes up high. Hamlin's hugging the low side. Look how close these two are here. And here comes Chase Briscoe. It's the 3 JGR Toyotas. Wallace is still hanging on. Hamlin has come up into second. With those power steering issues, the man who has led 160 laps today still has a chance on this final lap. Briscoe's in the wall. Bubba's hanging on. Here comes Hamlin. Driving that car with no power steering. Bubba's in the wall. He's fighting his butts for this win. Chase Elliott comes through on the inside. Oh my goodness. Chase Elliott. How about that?
Go! Yeah! It's a competitive sport. You know, so, you know, with that being said, it's a family. I want to get back into more talking about the CRI racing. You guys have multiple cars, let alone the two full-time cars plus the a third one for the Arc Menard. But you also have, you know, as we were talking earlier, you have I guess two four cylinders, and then a late model and stuff like that you guys still
Yep.
dabble in.
Yeah, we haven't ran a late model in quite a while. We were using that for testing and stuff, and we had a kid that was wanting to do ARCA stuff, and he wadded it up testing at Grundy. And then we've got, I think we have 3 or 4 of the 4 cylinders. A couple of them are my brother's, the one's my parents'. It's just, you know, my brother used to run that, and he didn't really have the money to move up and do other stuff, so he just stayed doing that. Now he just does enduros and stuff. And so I took his car that my parents own, and that was the car that I ran in the last enduro, and then he ran his own car in the enduro. And I got my street stock that I've had since 2007 that we ran on the dirt and won a championship and a bunch of features with, which we haven't ran that thing in, God, it's been probably 2016 or 17 is the last time we actually raced it. 17, I think it was, because we ran the Bahama brackets with it at Rockford. So it's just been sitting, and then during COVID, I wanted to race, and my wife was pregnant, and they didn't start up the season till late, and the ARCA season was messed up, and we had to switch from steel body to composite. So I didn't have a way to get that car done in time to really do anything till Kansas. So we ran the old super late at Grundy, and we ran the George Appleton race with the ARCA Midwest, which it's the ASA Midwest now, and ran a Benthausen and ran most of the season. I missed a few nights because my son was born in July, but it was a good time. We just, you know, went out and had fun with a 20-year-old car and seen what we could do.
No, absolutely. I mean,
I actually just got a call yesterday about running a Mustang up at Road America this weekend with the Champ Car stuff, but it's one of those deals, you know, I race a lot and I'm going on the weekends a lot, and it's my daughter's birthday party this Sunday, so I had to turn it down, which I've been to Road America before, but it'd be cool to go to again. But I told him, I said, if it had been any other weekend, I would have said yeah, but I can't end up getting a divorce and missing my daughter's birthday party.
Yeah, well, your wife may forgive you at some point.
Maybe, you never know.
True, but your daughter probably won't. Your daughter definitely probably will never forgive you for it.
Yeah, and I missed my son's birthday a couple years ago because we were racing on his birthday at IRP. So I'm really excited. Next year, there's nothing on that whole week that's his birthday. So I'm going to try to plan a little off-week trip or something for that.
Yeah, that'd be good. You know, I want to go back just to this year a little bit. You know, you guys had a terrible accident that I believe it was where you were one of the ones driving, right?
Yep,
The truck with the
I was a passenger, and my buddy Tom and his girlfriend were with us, and we stopped at the I-80 truck stop in Iowa, and then he's like, "Oh, you want to get a nap and stuff?" So I was like, "Sure." So we ate, and he got in the driver's seat, and I went to sleep. And 48 minutes down the road, we were only like an hour and 10 minutes from home, and he fell asleep and went in the median and flipped the rig, and it just destroyed the trailer, messed the race car up, destroyed a bunch of our equipment that it took us a bunch of time to fix. But thankfully, everybody was okay.
Wow, that is, and I remember reading about it on one of the social media platforms that ended up posting about it, and it was like, holy crap, because they showed the photo of it, and I'm like, dude, for someone to walk away from that, I mean, it's a miracle, but
Yeah, we
it's
were
not
all
as
very
bad.
lucky.
That's it's a bad thing to happen when, and it's usually the last hour of a trip that
Yep.
usually sometimes those accidents usually take place. It's usually the hour on your way back to your location, or the hour from your destination of where you're going to,
Right.
because that's like the critical times. Um, and that's great that you guys were able to get back up and going and turn the cars around and be able to be back on the track, you know,
Yeah, it was a
because I was
rough,
watching.
rough 2 or 3 weeks, especially the week leading up to Watkins Glen, because not only do we have to fix the car, we also had to make it a road course car, which we didn't really do anything other than square the rear end and put an A-frame on it. So we were struggling, but it was what it
Yeah.
was. We weren't going there to set the world on fire. We were just trying to show up. So it worked out.
And you guys, and where'd you guys finally finish off on that one, on
I
the Watkins
think
Glen one?
I think we were 15th. Casey was 15th, and I was 17th, I think, is how we ended up.
So
So
still
not too
two top
bad.
20, two top 20s. That's not
Yeah.
bad at all.
Yep. Yeah, we were happy with it.
2026 right around the corner here, which Watkins Glen going to be sooner than later this year. The way the schedule came out, it looks like it. I think
Yep.
it's May. I believe it is Watkins
Yep.
Glen for this for 2026.
Yep.
Um, Sat, I don't know about you, but Charlotte is not on the Charlotte and the Rock's not on the list this year,
Yeah, I'm pretty
which
I'm
is
pretty
kind of
bummed
sad.
about the Charlotte deal. Rockingham, as far as I know, it's going to be on the East schedule when it comes out, but it'll be an East standalone. So,
Ah,
it will be back, but we did lose Dover for Pocono, and then we lost
yep,
Charlotte for Chicagoland. So,
yep,
which I'm kind of bummed for losing Charlotte, but it's 26 minutes from doorstep to racetrack to go to Chicagoland versus 12 hours for Charlotte. So I'm not as upset as I could be, because I'm happy to
yeah.
go to Chicagoland because I haven't got to race there yet. I did some driving experience stuff as an instructor there, but as far as actually
Yeah.
racing, I haven't got to race there yet.
Oh, that will be a good thing for you then. I guess for you to finally be able to drive it,
Oh yeah,
not as
for
a
sure.
as an instructor. Um, you know, I want to go back also a little bit to Bristol. Um, you know, you guys is finished there.
Hmm.
But you guys also did um an awesome job. I mean, in my eyes, you guys did an awesome job with um with Josh White, and getting that car decked out the um way you wanted it, because I mean it was a very for me being a veteran and seeing another veteran be able to do what he what he wants to do in racing, you know,
Hmm.
it, it was an awesome job that you guys to do that, because again, you guys own these cars, and doing what you're doing and allowing another veteran to get into the driver's seat and be able to drive it at the Bristol track is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
Um, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I believe I'm not 100%. I don't try to get into some of the stuff. But at my standpoint, looking in from the outside, you guys did a great job, a wonderful job. Not even just a great job, wonderful job,
Thank
and
you.
making it. You're very welcome. Making it, um, that the way it was, because he had a lot of people that showed up to the races.
Yep.
Me being there, myself, we were like, I think where I was at with Class Motorsports, it was like two. I think we were right next, almost next to you guys, pretty much. It was
Yeah.
like one
Yeah, we were
trailer
pretty close. Yep.
Um, it was absolutely amazing, and seeing, my fellow veterans out there and enjoying the time out in the middle of this. If you haven't been to Bristol, being in the center of Bristol
It's an
while the
amazing
races are going,
experience.
it really is, hands down. You get more of a rush than you do just sitting in the grandstands and watching it, because I was there in the grandstands for the Xfinity race, but for the truck race and the ARCA race, I was in the middle watching this, and I'm like, dude, this it's different whole feeling, and you guys made it definitely memorable for those people, for those veterans. Because I mean, again, I was talking to some of them, and it was an experience for them to be down there with you guys. Um,
Yeah, it was a great
so
time. It was good to see all of them there. So it was it was really really good. I wish we
that's
would have had
good.
a little
That's
bit better on track performance with Josh, but things happen, and it's just
yeah,
one of those things you got to chalk it up to. It is what it is. But I think everybody who
absolutely.
was there had a great time, and all the veterans were very thankful, and I didn't hear any complaints from anybody. Everybody was happy and having a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know when I came over, I don't know if I believe you were around there, um, but I know I was taking photos with some of the guys, and taking photos of them and taking photos of the car, and the whole setup of it. It was definitely moving, and again, seeing some of the veterans, seeing the names on the car, kind of bring back other memories, and puts me in a spot, but it puts me also in a joy spot of knowing
Hmm.
that their names are on this car, and showing a lot of respect for them.
Right. Yep.
Uh,
100%.
so fast forward now to where we're at now, here in the end of 2025. Toledo's done. Now you guys are on the off season, somewhat of an off season, not the off season for the working on the maintenance of the car and the cars and the trailers and stuff. Now you're in full swing trying to get it ready for 2026. What are you looking at for are you going to be planning on doing a lot of those races again this year?
Yeah, I mean, basically where we're at now until January, it's the same as racing. We're just not going to the track. So it's just going through
Yeah,
cars, refreshing stuff, putting new bearings in everything, getting transmissions rebuilt, gears going through, the whole 9 yards, rewrapping cars, rebodying cars. For 26, my plan is to run full time unless we find somebody or two people that want to run full time. I know we have Jeff announced for Daytona. I've got a guy that's wanting to do Phoenix, so we're working on some stuff for there.
yeah,
I got the 2 road courses are kind of spoken for. So, and Jeff's wanted to do another 3 to 5 races. So we're working on, getting funding and everything together for all that. So I would say by the time we go to Daytona, I'm thinking we'll have 6 to 8 races spoken for. So
Nice.
we're working hard. We're looking for sponsors. We're, wide open digging for 2026, and we're excited to go to Daytona. So excited for the whole season, really. So just plugging away.
And speaking of sponsors, if any of our viewers are out there, they own businesses. I know some of them do. How can they get a hold of you if they want to, become a sponsor for one of your cars or for both of your cars?
They can reach out on my personal Facebook or our Club Racing Inc. Facebook. You can also get a hold of us at clubracinginc03@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 815-768-6548. So we'd love to make a deal with you and get you on one or both cars for multiple races. We're running a special actually right now where we're giving discounted rates on stuff. So, if people sign up and pay before the end of the year, we're giving them discounts on races and multiple races. So we're here to make deals and get stuff funded for next year.
Perfect. And we'll tag all this stuff into the comments, you guys, so you'll be able to see this, everybody. The links are going to be right down in the comments. And you can always, you'll be able to follow them as well as share the stuff from our page as well. So please definitely put the word out. So if you know anybody, or if you know that you're looking to get your name onto one of the cars, or sponsoring them for one of the races, definitely reach out to them. All their information will be down below, and let's see what we can do to make it happen for you guys. But with that being said, with 2026 just coming around the corner, do you have anything that you want to put out there that is going to be an up and coming big events for you guys? Big sponsors that you want to give a shout out to?
Oh, for sure. Race Parts Liquidators and Drop the Hammer Auctions is coming back with us, but we're still working on a lot of stuff and a lot of moving parts with some other sponsors that are bigger. Nothing's a guarantee with any of them, but we're working hard. I really hope a couple of them work out because it would really propel our program to a top-notch program. So we're putting in the work and, hoping and praying that something good comes through. But, and until it's signed, sealed, and delivered, it's just a waiting game. So it's hard to wait, and a lot of times they don't pan out, but we're really, really hoping that we're going to see something good here happen in the next month.
Well, we'll see what happens, and we'll definitely keep you out there, and we'll keep in contact with you, and maybe even do an interview with you guys next year at one of the races, because I know I'll be at quite a few of them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be great.
No, definitely. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you to all the viewers and everything. Please make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to us. Make sure you guys also check out Alex Clubb and the Club Racing. Check them out on their page. Make sure you give them a like, and give them a follow, and keep up with them, and let's see if we can get some sponsors going out their way. All right. Until next time, everybody. We'll catch you guys later.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah. Shut up!
You suck!
Stop, in the name of all that which does not suck.
Thanks for watching FUBAR Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Please make sure to check out the FUBAR Studios on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and visit the website at fubarstudio.com.